YouTube. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, feet together. All I can see is Marcia. I don't know about you guys. I love seeing Marcia, but you guys might want to see me. I don't know. Maybe you want to see Marcia. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay. All right. Roll your shoulders. Good. Bring those hands up. Exhale, push the room away. Bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders open. And exhale. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale up and just reach for the ceiling here. Push the room away. Reach behind you and roll the shoulders open. One more time. Lift and bring the hands behind you and open. Good. Take a breath. Soft fold down onto your knees. Good. Collapse that spine, rounded spine. If you're modifying, you know what to do. Good. And now we're going to unhinge that. Take another breath up. Bring your hands behind you. Now, soft fold again, but this time with your hands back. So you are still laying your rib cage down. You'll notice my legs are still bent. And I'm just going to roll my shoulders back. You might want to leave your hands on your back. You can also lift them. Good. And unhinge. And take a breath. Hands come through the center now to your legs and straighten that back into standing cow and then up into standing cat. Back down into standing cow. Back up into standing cat. Straighten your spine into standing extension. Inhale. Exhale, straight legs, fold. Good, hands to the floor. If they're not already there, walk back to downward dog. Kick the cat. All right. And we're just going to pedal here, just one heel and then the other. If you're in tabletop as a modification, look, you can just push back into one ankle and then just switch. Now just really rolling in through the ball of the foot, feeling the arch of the foot release. That's someone else joining our class. Keep going, just pedaling, finding your breath. And then come forward into your plank. And chaturanga to up dog. Good. And then whichever position you're modifying in cow or you're here in up dog. Roll your shoulders, press through, and lift your heart. Good. Ease yourself back into child's pose. Good. Roll yourself up onto your shins. Right hand goes to the right hip. And we're just going to lift that left arm and exhale over. So it's just a kneeling, leaning mountain. If you want to reach down instead, you can. Feel this opening on this side of your body. And then we'll just slowly switch sides. And come up. Grab that left leg and step forward. You're in a kneeling lunge. Nice big breath here. Good. Now we're going to go into a high lunge. You can put your hands on the floor and support yourself. Or if you want to challenge yourself, try to just come to prayer hands, tuck your back foot, and lift from there. But either one, take a breath up. Now come back down in your prayer. I'll show you modifications for this in just a second. So I'm going to twist, then hinge. So I'm just in revolved chair. Revolved chair. Sorry, revolved lunge with prayer hands. Modification, just put your right hand across and just reach out with your left. You can also just go to the hip. Good. Think about energizing through your back leg. If you've got the balance, try to look up at that left elbow. Good. Now we're going to put our hands onto the floor and step halfway in. Inhale, exhale, split your fold, pull back into your hips. Come up higher if you need to here. Just stay off of your knee. Bring your feet into center. Inhale, standing extension. Pull the ribs off your hips. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Lift your gaze. And we're back up in mountain pose. Roll the shoulders. Good. Inhale. We're going to do the whole thing again. Come to center. Inhale up. Soft fold. Press all the way up. Come all the way back up. And then bring the hands behind you. Roll your shoulders open. Soft fold again. And this time, add the arms if you want to. Inhale, drop the hands and lift into spinal extension. So knees were soft and back was rounded. Now the legs are straight and the back is straight. Exhale and fold. And let's walk back to downward dog. Modify where you need to. And just take your time here, pedaling, pressing the heel back into the floor if you're in downward dog, toward the back of your mat if you're in tabletop. And find your plank. Chaturanga up dog. Sit back into your child's pose. Roll yourself up onto your shins. And let's go to the left this time first. into our kneeling, leaning mountain. And slowly go the other way. Good. Get your balance. We'll step forward with the right leg this time. Good. Find that long spine and really open up this hip here. Now we're going to go to high lunge. You don't have to do what you did on the other side. So you might come here, tuck that back foot, and try to push yourself up. If you need the floor, that's fine. And just bring yourself up. Whatever way you need to do that. Sometimes it's a balance issue, sometimes it's a strength issue. And then for me, it's a knee issue. So I did pretty good. I didn't use the floor today. So we had a good knee day. Good. So start with the hands in prayer. Turn the core. Good. And from there, go into your spinal twist. So we're either in our revolve lunge with prayer hands, modifying. I'm going to put my left hand across my right leg and my right hand on my hip or reach out, whichever one feels right for you. Try to sink into the hips. The hips want to kick backward, right, toward the ceiling. We want to push them down. If you have the balance, look up at that right elbow. And hands to the floor. Step halfway in. Exhale and split your fold. Pull your hips toward the back of your mat. Good. Inhale, bring the feet together at the top of your mat and take a breath here in your standing extension. Big exhale and fold. Good. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Good job. We should be warmer now. Good. So let's combine two moves that we know. Begin with a big inhale coming up through the center. Now, on your exhale, I'm going to keep my left arm up and my right leg goes back. My right arm comes and matches, and I'm going to hinge over. Then, when I come back, I'm just going to stop halfway back and sink into my back leg and back up, step together. Let's do that again. Same side. Right arm down, hinge over, warrior three variation here. Unhinge and then push your weight into your back leg. Here's your inhale. Exhale, sink into your back leg. Come all the way up, back into your mountain pose. Good. Set the right arm down. Do the same side again. Hinge over. Take your time. Don't let yourself fall backward. Step that foot halfway back. Inhale. And up. Drop the right hand. One more time on the same side. Hinge. Unhinge. Halfway back. Feel that weight shift. Inhale and exhale. And up. Now just stay right here. Bring your hands behind you. You can clasp them or put them on your hips. Open your body toward the ceiling. Ooh, good. Take a breath here. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. You have a choice here. You can just split your fold or hip that over and we'll go into standing split. Try to touch the ceiling with that right foot. Soften your left knee so you can step all the way back with your right foot. Push the right hip in and spiral open into warrior two. Drop your shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel that right knee pushing toward the back, your left knee pushing toward the mat behind you. Draw your belly button into your spine. Relax your jaw. Straighten your leg. Inhale, push that left hip out. Exhale, triangle. Bend your left knee and unhinge. Good. Now take your left foot and go toe heel wider. And then exhale, turn your hips and your heart toward the top of your mat. Notice my back foot is still down. So this is warrior one, different than lunge. Good. Straighten your leg here. Dive over that front leg. Look, here are your options. You can stop here. You can put your hand way up here. Just keep it off of the knee. You can also do shins or the floor. The idea is trying to lay your rib cage on your thigh. So watch your neck. Your neck does not need to be pulling your head towards your shin. Now leave your right hand on the floor. If you need to come out more to the center, you can. So come out this way. And we're just going to exhale and rotate up to the left. Now here's a modification. I can just stay up in my warrior one, straighten my legs, and just turn here. So we're just going to swing everything to the front, drop your right knee, come up into a kneeling lunge. Put your hands on the floor, step back to downward dog. And find your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Good. Child's pose. Take those knees out a little wider, maybe. And enjoy that sit back into your back. Take 3 long, deep breaths. Well done. Roll back up onto your shins. And we're going to go to the left into your revolved half camel. So take the knees wider if you need to. Push your hips forward first and then turn. You can start with just a hand on the hip or on the back of the leg. The emphasis is over here on the right side of the body. You're just opening all of that up. We tend to focus over here because it's what we're reaching for, but really what we're doing is over here. So just relax this side of your body. What you don't want to do though is let your hand hang open. We don't want to do that because then I have to engage my core to keep myself in my spot. And we actually want to be able to release that. Very nice. Take your left foot or left knee and step forward. We're in our kneeling lunge again. Take a breath up. And then bring your hands to the floor. Take a deep breath. Lift your lunge. Now, unhinge just for a breath and go back to that revolved lunge with prayer hands. Modify where you need to. Push the hip down. So we feel this trying to happen, right? Push down. If you're having balance issues, take this front foot and walk it a little wider. Good. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into revolved chair with prayer hands. So I've got to put my weight into my front leg, step up, and there I go. Good luck. Ready, set, go. Modification, you can be right here. Main thing is we're pressing into the legs here. Good. Take a deep breath and pull yourself center, and then exhale up into your chair. And lift that chair. Take a breath. Exhale, open up. Roll your shoulders. Bring the hands into mountain pose, into heart center. Good. Now we've got that hinge and balance combo coming. Inhale up. This time the right hand stays up, the left hand goes down into your warrior three variation. Unhinge slowly. Let that foot land halfway back. Shift the weight as you inhale, then reach down. Exhale. All the way back up. Step in. Left arm down. Left leg, right arm. Shift slowly. Let it sit back. And push down. And up. Step in. Left arm's going down again. Hinge again. Unhinge. Let it set back. And reach. And up. One more time. And step in. Good. Sorry. This time we leave our foot back. Bring the hands to the hip. You can wrap behind. You can also just put your hands on your hips and open up. Press through this hip right here. Good. And now the hands come to heart center. Your choice. Split your fold. So just stay here and fold, or take the leg with you all the way over into standing split. Soften your right knee so that you can unhinge up into your warrior two. Good. Pull this right knee toward the side of your mat. Think about energizing the back of that knee toward the mat behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And straighten your leg. Kick that left hip away. Reach and hinge for your triangle pose. Good. Unhinge. Now you're going to take your front leg, go toward the right side of your mat. So just heel toe, and then inhale, exhale, turn the hips and the heart toward the front of your mat. So in warrior two, I'm in a straight line like this, and I'm sideways. In warrior one, I'm turned. So this is how we are right now. Good. Straighten your leg. Dive over this leg. How far can you reach? This is okay too. Even this is okay. I'm just staying off of my knee. Leave your left hand on the floor. We're going to rotate to the right. Feel that shift in the hip. Modification, stay up high and just turn here. Now take a breath. Swing everything to the front. Drop your knee and come up to kneeling lunge. And now hands to the floor. Step back, downward dog. Find your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. And child's pose. Roll yourself up onto your knees. Good. Take a breath. And this time we'll do that half camel to your right. So start by turning and pushing your left side forward. So again, we're not focused on the right side here. We're focused on the left side. Breathe into all that space you're creating. You might feel this from your knee up through your quad, through your hip, and all the way out through your fingertips. Good. Come back to the center. Now we're going to take the right leg forward into your kneeling lunge. Now take those prayer hands or hands to the floor, whichever you need to do. See if you can lift yourself into revolve lunge with prayer hands. Now, if you need to come up first and then twist, that's fine. Or if you're coming all the way up to modify, of course, that's fine. Good. Now start to set your weight into your right foot. If you need to step up a little bit, you can, or just fall over. Take a breath, step in into your revolved chair with prayer hands. Pull that forward, take a breath, and come up into your chair. Lift your chair. Inhale, exhale, and release. Roll your shoulders. Beautiful job, everybody. Take a breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good, and come up to standing extension. Good. From this, you should be able to turn and look at me. Yeah. So just hang out here, let your back stretch. Here's what we're going to do next for just a little bit. We are going to go back, don't come with me, back into high lunge, come up, down, plank. Then we step forward, other side, down, plank, and so on. So the modification is to be on your knees and we'll step forward, lunge, and then just come back. Don't worry about the plank because that kneeling pose, you're going to be required to use your core anyway. If you want to put your hands on the floor, you can, but you don't have to. All right. So we're all going to start either in tabletop. You can go there now if you want to, or we're going to step back with the right leg, come up to high lunge. Now the hands are going to go to the floor, step back into plank. It's okay if the hips rise a little bit. Now step forward with the right, come up to high lunge. Should be on the other side now. Down and go to plank. Step forward with the left. Come up, down, into plank. Right, up, down, and into plank. Left, up, down, plank. Keep your breath moving. Right, up, down, plank. One more each side. Left, up, down, plank. Right, up, down, and plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Whew. Good. Sit back into child's pose. Take some long breaths here. That heart rate should be up. Good. Tuck your feet. Inhale. And we're going to go to downward dog. Lift your right leg up. Pull everything into your hamstring. You're going to turn and look underneath your right arm. Now bring that leg down. Bring it in front of you. Have a seat on your hip if you're going to modify. We go into our pigeon. Flex that right foot below you. Add the fold if you want to. Take a couple of really deep breaths. See if you can pull that breath into your spine. Good. Walk yourself up and just go back to downward dog. When you're ready, lift your left leg. Pull that left heel into your hamstring. You're going to turn everything to the left. Look underneath your left arm. Open up that left hip. Reset your three-leg dog. And then bring your left leg forward for your pigeon. Honor where this side's at. Take it forward if you want to. Got a long time to breathe here. Just enjoy this. Good. And walk yourself up. From here, we're going to stay seated. Bring your legs around. Good. Now find your posture. And of course, you can just stay right here or fold forward. Good. From here, set your hands on the floor. You got a couple choices here. One, you're going to point your toes or dig your heels into the floor, roll those shoulders open, just like we've been starting with, and you're going to lift here. The other option is to bend your knees. And instead of doing the bridge, we just do an inverted table. So whichever one works for you. Slowly lower that down. Bring your knees in. Good. Now leave your left knee up. Push your right foot down to the floor. Take a big breath here. And on your exhale, I want you to pull your knee inward and lift your upper body and exhale like you're blowing all your air out. Then release back to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, blow all your air out. Good. Bring your right knee in. Left foot goes to the floor. Head is on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your knee in and lift your body. Blow everything out. Inhale. Set it down. Exhale. Pull in. Lift. And release. And now bring both knees in. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your knees in. Lift your head. Blow out. And release. Exhale. Pull your knees in. Good. Now stack your knees over your hips and drop over to one side. And then exhale. Get both shoulders on the floor. Good. Take your time. Go to the other side. Roll to your side. And then open up both shoulders to the floor. And roll onto your back. Put your feet on the floor. Lift into a bridge here. You can take your hands over your head, they could be under you. Slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. When you reach the bottom, inhale, put your feet together, and exhale, open up into reclined bound pose. We're actually going to do that again. So walk your feet apart, take a breath, exhale up into your bridge pose. Slowly lower that down. When you reach the bottom, inhale, feet together, and exhale, reclined bound pose. At any point, if you want to move to a different rest position, feel free to do that. Focus on your tongue falling back into your mouth. Relax your jaw. Pay attention to your feet and your hands. Let them relax. Notice your ankles and your wrists, your knees and your elbows, and your hips and your shoulders. Turn your attention to your belly. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. Begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. And wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, join me seated. Good. Find your posture here. If you need to sit differently with your legs, go ahead and do that. Inhale up. Then we're going to take this hand, bring it across your head, and find this length here. You can set this down. I'm not leaning. I'm not changing my posture. I'm just letting this length happen here. Good. And we'll switch. Inhale up. Hands come into prayer. And God bless you guys. Namaste. Happy Monday. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
Great class, Kelly. Thank you.